Well, hi everyone. This is Michelle Lutz, associate broker with Round Life Real Estate. I want to jump on and do a quick video. We've had a few questions submitted to our website, so I definitely love to answer those for you. And again, feel free to reach out to me personally. I'm happy to answer those questions you have and with any real estate needs that you have as well. So let's kind of go over these real quick and bear with me. I'm doing this on the fly, so we want to make sure these questions get answered for you. First question says, do you work with first-time home buyers? Yes, we do. We want to make sure that the process is easy and smooth for our clients. We understand that it's a big decision for a first-time home buyer, and they're really not familiar with how the process works. So we want to make sure, they have the clear understanding of the transaction and how everything works, and to make it a smooth process from start to finish. So second question says, what is the purpose of earnest money in a purchase contract, and do I lose that money? So the purpose of earnest money is a monetary promise from the buyer to the seller that says, I promise to keep my end of the contract, and that earnest money is applied towards your balance at the end, by the way. But so anyway, it's the promise to the seller that says, I'm going to do my end of the bargain on this contract and to keep my promises and dates and so forth, to purchase your home, and you as the seller are going to keep your promise by putting it under contract and by selling me your home. Again, at the end of the contract, the balance or the earnest money goes towards your balance of the purchase. And to follow that up, it says, do I lose that earnest money? Do I lose that money? You could potentially lose the earnest money if the dates in the contract is not fulfilled or followed. So that's where you have the liquid damages that can apply that earnest money towards if the contract is not followed through. I've never had any of my clients lose the earnest money. So there you go on that question. And earnest money is different from a down payment. So that might be a different question we want to go over. What type of market are we in? We're in a seller's market right now. The seller's market means it goes down to supply and demand. Our inventory is low inventory. We have more buyers than we do inventory of homes. So basically in a seller's market, it's you definitely want to do a few things to make sure, because the advantage is actually into the seller, not the buyer. So, the first thing obviously is get pre-approved. You want to make sure you want to buy quick, because here's the thing. The homes aren't staying on the market very long, and they're in within days. So you definitely want to make sure that you're right there and prepared, ready to submit an offer in this particular type of market. Place a fair bid for a home. There's not really a lot of deals to be had, because it's again, most are paying above the list price, and also the bidding wars are kind of going on is what's in this particular market, and a lot of closing costs that in a buying market, you might be able to ask as a buyer the seller to pay for your closing costs. In this particular market, that's not feasible to do so. Most of them right now are declining to help a buyer with their fees, because the seller has their own closing costs. So the buyer most often will be paying their own closing costs as well. Also, decide where you can compromise into with the seller market, because there's a few things that give or take that you're going to need to do to maybe get that home, because the fact that you've got 7 other buyers aiming for that house that you're trying to get as well. So again, that would be the difference between seller's market. Do I need a down payment for a home? So let's see, do I need a down payment for a home? Short answer is depends. There's a 0 down program that you could qualify for. It's called Utah Housing. Some other programs too. If depending upon there's a USDA, there's also a VA loan. But the question really is speaking with your lender, get the best program that works for you. Find out which is the worst, or the worst, pardon me. Find out which is the best that works for you for the loan program that you definitely want to do your homework on, and your lender can advise and say, well, this is the best one. At that point, you could or couldn't might or might not be able to use, the zero down payment, or you might not even want to use that particular program. So it really depends on really what you've spoke with your lender. Can we help you with getting a lender if you don't have that into place? Absolutely. We can, give you referrals of 5, 6, 7 of them. You can shop around your loan. I would recommend that as well. But yes, definitely we can help you and guide you in the right way to be pre-qualified. Let's see the next one here. How can I make the process of buying a home fun? Well, that one kind of makes me giggle. I try to make it a fun process as much as I can. I tell my clients it's an adventure. Let's see what we can do to make this fun for you, and because it is a stressful process, pretty much. You're kind of thinking, oh man, I've got to move the kids' school. I need to do all these other things, and so definitely we want to make the process easy for you and a fun adventure. Seeing all these fun homes that maybe some creative craft room that someone has created in their home, definitely is fun to take a look at. So I make it an adventure. So does my team, by the way. We do have a team of agents. I'm an associate broker, and my husband is actually a team lead for a team of realtors that we actually have, and they're very experienced and very educated as well. So they're knowledgeable as well. So they know what they're doing. Next question. Should I get qualified for a home before starting my search? Yes. Again, I do like to meet with my clients beforehand so we get a better idea of what your search criteria is. And again, I'm interviewing my clients just as much as they're interviewing me to see if it's a perfect fit. At that point, we definitely might make sure that we want to work together. And then I basically sit down and get your search criteria. I want to know as much about you as I possibly can on what you're looking for in a home, and more so your needs. And then at that point, we can, yes, you do need to get qualified. Again, you need to know that payment. We kind of talked about that a little bit in the last question, because you do need to be comfortable with your payment. You do need to know what loan programs that you're available to have, and that pre-qualification gives you the opportunity to know your price point, because we definitely don't want to guess when we're trying to search for a home. So that's definitely one of the main things you want to do as well. So yes, short answer is yes, always be prepared. Next question is, as a buyer, do I pay commissions? Do I pay the buyer's agent's commissions? Well, no, not necessarily, depending upon which is a rarity. If it's a for sale by owner, or something needs to come in negotiated, or something through there, most often if it's again submitted through or through another brokerage, that brokerage, the seller's brokerage, or seller, sorry, the seller through the seller's brokerage pays the buyer's brokerage and the buyer's agent the commissions. So even though we work for the buyer and we're your sole and our fiduciary duty is completely to you, the seller side generally pays the buying side's commissions. So that saves the buyer, of course, the money there on the commission side. And then I have a few fire questions, rapid fire, I guess, if you will, if we can call them that I wrote down to as well, that we might want to go over a little bit. Let me look at these really quick here. So so it says, do you require a pre-qualification or pre-approval before looking at homes? Yes, again, we just talked about that a little bit. We want to make sure that you're prepared, and also when we submit an offer, that the other side wants to know how solid a buyer that you are if you're again on the buyer side. So we do require that to have your pre-qualification, so we know what we're looking for in a home, and to make sure that we're prepared on that side, especially into a seller's market too as well. So we definitely want to make sure that, yes, we do require that. Is your real estate your full-time career? Yes, has been for quite some time. I'm actually, I mentioned this before, I'm actually a broker. So, yes, it is my full-time career. I absolutely love what I do. And I understand, my clients, emotions when they're purchasing a home. I definitely want to make sure that it's an easy process for them, as painless as possible, right? So yes, I am a full-time realtor. On an average, how many homes do you generally show your buyers? Well, here's the thing. It usually takes about estimation 5, 10 houses to try to send over, and kind of get the feel for what they are. It really depends upon the home. It really depends on the buyer. It really depends on where we are. I've done it all the way from showing about 30 homes to the very first one right out of the chute, hit it right on the nail on the head, and that's the one that we submitted. In a seller's market, it's a little tricky because you don't have the time is against you, because we need to make sure that, to be quick, because the fact that home's not going to stay on the market very long. So that's where it comes into our experience to send you send you over to the proper homes to kind of view and say, hey, should we go out and take a look at this home? I think it's matching everything that you asked me to search for. And this is brand new on the market. So it really depends. It depends on, what you choose to look for. Let's see. Let me look at a different one here. Can you provide me with testimonials or past clients' contact information? Yes, I can. So yes, we can. We actually have that on our website. There's also on realtor.com. There's Zillow. There's different places there. It's on Round Life Real Estate's testimonial page. I have them, and my clients are more than happy to probably tell you about me if you reach out to them as well. I try to make it, like I said, fun, the process fun. I think that if it's an adventure that you're doing, it's a long lasting and building a long lasting relationship with my clients. So yes, if you want testimonials and find out about me and my team and their personal journey as well as a realtor, absolutely, by all means, please do. We'd rather have you know about us and feel confident working with us than not know your realtor. So that's that question. Next one says, do you require a buyer to sign any contracts or agreements? Yes, it is required for a signature on a exclusive buyer broker agreement to purchase a home and to sell a home, because we can't represent anyone otherwise. So we definitely want to make sure that we have that that signed. It's a fiduciary duty that says, you know what, we're going to make sure that we do the job that you've hired us to do. So yes, there's a requirement to sign that to even make an offer on a home. Do you have a personal website? Yes. That must have came off of another question, another area that was not off my website. It's directly from PM to me, I think. But yes, we do. Personal website. We have searchingutahhouses.com. We also have mynorthernutahagent.com. So that's personal websites there. Let me see. How do you determine which homes may match our wants and needs? Because I make sure in our interview when we chat a little bit, I want to make sure I get as much information about you and as many details as I can to make sure that we're making it that I know what we're talking about for sending you the proper homes. I don't want to, get onto the wrong track thinking it's something that you want to look at. And believe me, you won't hurt my feelings when you say, nope, that's not what I'm looking for. It's this. So I have an understanding of what we're looking for. So I want you to be brutally honest on the home search when we do that, because I need to know a little bit what your criteria is. It says, how do you provide the home information of these possible homes? Well, I send, again, we have it on our website. So I actually send you the homes via my website. It's hooked right to the IDX of the MLS. So they're pretty much delayed by 15 minutes is all. And so I'll send you a text and I'll say, hey, here's this home that I've actually saw. I think you should take a look at it. Let's see if we can go take a look. I'll either send it to your through our website, and I'll send you a text to take a look. I'll send you a link over the text. It really is how you want me to communicate with you is how we get the homes over there. So really, we'll just kind of sit down and say which is the best way to communicate, and then I send over the homes that way, or send a text, link, whatever the case may be, so you can take a look before we go out to take a look at that as well. Oh, that was the next question. What method do you communicate with? Text, call, email. Email would be over the website. If I'm looking for my client for their home, it's a little bit delayed if I do it via email. So I prefer contacting you, text, or calling to say, hey, that home's available. Let's go take a look. With we can get in an hour. So basically I that's how I prefer, but it's really how you can communicate with me as well. I want to make sure it's something that you can work with. The other one would be, do I attend inspections? Yes, last 30 minutes I want to make sure you can speak freely to your inspector, and then I meet with you and the last 30 minutes of your inspection, and then we kind of go over of some of the things that they've actually said might be an issue with a home, and then what we need to address with the homeowner, through their agent, with a homeowner. And anyway, that's I do go through and make sure we're thoroughly I have an understanding of your inspection. So hopefully that's some of the questions real quick. I didn't want to stay on here too long. But anyway, they were great questions. I hope I answered them and gave you some insight of, the purchase of selling a home or buying a home. It was a lot of buying questions, so we'll kind of go over the selling side too as well. Selling side, we do a free analysis too as well, so I'd love to come out, and if you're looking to sell your home, happy to do that too, to kind of take a look and see what the value is with our market being so crazy right now. I'm happy to do that too. So anyway, feel free to contact me, and like I said, I hope I answered all your questions, and hope to do another video soon, and talk to you soon. Bye. See you later.